All right, guys, let's take a look at the Scurfa Diver 1. Yeah, I know I've done videos on the Diver 1. What we're going to talk about is my personal Scurfa Diver 1, which is the MS22 limited edition. So every year, I don't know how long they've been doing it, but they'll release a special configuration, and they do only 100 of them. This is number 5 of 100, and they are numbered on the case back. So this is easily my favorite grab and go titanium diver watch. I know that's kind of a niche market, or a very tight category, but this one holds the champ level in that category, in my opinion. Now, I did add the bracelet. I had to buy that extra. This watch didn't come with the bracelet, so it does add to the cost. You can't get these anyway unless you go on the secondary market, so we're just going to kind of broad stroke this, and then I'm going to tell you what my main problem with the Scurfa Diver ones are. Not just this one, but all of them. And you'll probably pick up on this as we're talking about it. So the case is 40.5 millimeter, and that's whether you measure from here to here or you measure the bezel. So it's a true 40.5. And then the lug to lug is a 48. You have drilled lugs, and it is, again, a true 48 because the bracelet drops off right away, or if you were to wear it on the rubber strap, or these are strap monsters because it is a 20 mil, and the bracelet does taper down to 18, but this is a 20. It is a little tricky because the pins they give you are not collared, meaning that you cannot get at them from the bottom here. You have to use the drilled lugs, and it is a very tight fit. If you own one of these and you've changed it, you know what I'm talking about. It is the tightest way you can fit a bracelet or a strap to the watch. That's by design. Everything on this watch is kind of designed that way because they're designed by professionals that actually use them. It is a little bit on the thick side, 14 millimeter, but that's including that domed sapphire crystal. I did not say double domed because you can see that crazy distortion there, but it has a thick 4.6 millimeter single domed sapphire crystal with air coating on the underside. 7 millimeter screw down crown with 4 gaskets in it. So everything on this, again, purpose built. 500 meter water depth rating. Helium escape valve, thick crystal, extra gaskets. They probably use quality gaskets. I didn't read anything on there, but they're probably Viton and all that stuff. Sized up for my wrist on the bracelet. Weighs 110 grams. So nice lightweight, very comfortable, grade 2 titanium. Yes, it's going to show marks. There's already a couple little marks here. It's just nature of the beast when you're dealing with titanium. The movement inside is a quartz, obviously. You can see the seconds hand ticking. Ronda 715 SM or 5M. I don't know what it is. It's basically the higher grade one. It's the 5 jewels with the gold plated and stuff like that. It's a really nice quartz movement. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can take a closer look at things. And right now is what I'm going to talk about. The problem is, see all that glare? We have AR coating, but part of this is because it is a single domed crystal. I believe that's part of the issue, which it's still legible. I can still read through this, but I feel like the crystal choice on this, although I understand it's purpose built being so thick in the single dome, there's a reason why they do that for diving. It makes it difficult to read the watch. It's not, I can still read the watch. I'm just saying it adds a layer of difficulty to reading the watch. It's not a clear, easy read all the time. That's my one gripe with it. I kind of wish they used a different crystal design to make it for us desk divers. That's it. That's all. That's my only gripe. Other than that, I can live with it. I don't care. You have an excellent 120 click bezel, and it actually sounds and feels great, even though it is titanium, which is sometimes a challenge to achieve. And it has a nice aluminum bezel insert. I like aluminum just as much as I like ceramic. I like both of them for their own reasons. So it's nice to have watches that are still done with the aluminum. Nice font, markings all the way around, all of that. On the case back, you will see it is labeled MS22. So it was released in 2022. They only made 100 of them, and then there's the other specs. Super high quality, nice bracelet. I mean, actually, excellent bracelet. And then you have 3 micro adjusts on the clasp. The clasp is just a simple fold over, but it is milled in the center here. Very clean, nicely done. You do have a signed crown, just says D1 for Diver 1. Let's pop it on my 7¼ inch wrist, and then we'll close out showing off the excellent BGW9 lume. Here it is on my 7.25 inch wrist. in whatever that converts to centimeters. I should probably memorize that and share that because I know some people, but you can see the glare on this, and you get the same type of glare if you're outside or whatever. Like, it's just, that's my only complaint with this watch. Other than that, it is fantastic. And you can get stainless steel variants of the Diver 1 or the titanium. Personally, I just love titanium watches, and I like dive watches, so checks all the boxes for me. Let's give it a quick blast. It's not necessary, but I want to give you guys the full effect. There it is. Excellent BGW9, which can, again, sometimes you really have to lay on the BGW9 to get a good lume out of it, because it is not as potent as, say, a C3 or an X1 or anything like that. It's still a really great lume, but it just doesn't have that visual impact that some of those green ones do, where these blue ones are a little more muted. But this one does the job perfect. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.